today's final decal school lesson, I'm going to show you how to apply decals to 3 different types of jar. So I've got this kind of beveled one, a smooth round one, and then a longer one, which I'm going to do kind of lengthways. These are all jars I use in my own pantry to organise my food. It's handy to know how to apply to each one. First thing you need to do is to measure how wide your decals need to be. So I found this kind of flexible tape measure in a drawer somewhere, but you could use the free ones from IKEA, you know, the paper ones. Or if you don't have anything flexible that can measure, you could also get a strip of paper, kind of put it round, see how wide you want to be, and then measure it with a ruler. Just as long as it's something flexible that'll go around the jar, otherwise you're not going to get an accurate representation of how wide it needs to be. So once you've done that, mine are about 3.5 for the small ones, and then lengthways for this one, about 4 or 5. Once you've measured, you can make your decals. So I'm just doing 3 different labels in 3 different fonts, just keeping it really simple, and then I'm going to make them all in white. Okay, so now that's done, we just read them and put transfer tape on all of them. Always have bits of transfer tape everywhere. Don't recommend that you do that on the edge of your table because it ends up taking the paint off it, but never mind, what's done is done. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is the long jar, kind of more like a bottle, I guess, because I'm hoping this one's going to be the easiest, but we'll see. First thing you want to do is cut around all of your wording so there's less transfer tape to deal with. Actually, go like right into the edges there as well if you want. Should make it easier to apply over kind of the curved section there. See? Do it this way so you can see it better. And then I'm going to push in where there's a little bit of a dent first, and then smooth it out from there. Might need to like lift it up a little bit if it's gone on a little bit bonky. God, I just love that font. I think it's just one of my favourite fonts. I use it on everything. Oh, don't do that. So it's slightly ripped a little bit, but you can't really tell. Just push it back on. That's because I was going far too fast. Don't make that mistake. doesn't want to stick down. Just push it back down, keep pushing on it. Until it sticks completely. The slower you can do this, the better, usually. There you go. And then that's over the edge. All stuck down completely flat. There's that one done. So the next one I'm going to do is this small round one. I put a bit of water in there just to help me kind of line it up. I've also changed this one to grey because stupid me didn't think about the fact that orzo is white, so I put a white label over something white. Think about that, folks, when you're planning your colours. So I'm going to do the same again, rub it on the back, peel the backing off. Go. And then I don't know how best to do this. I'm gonna get down here so I can get level with it. And then I'm just gonna kind of line it up so that the bottom of these smaller words are on the same line as the jar, then it should help it get nice and straight. Again, I usually just, on curved surfaces, start in the middle and then push outwards. And it's worked quite well. Good. Again, just go super slow and push it back down. Oh, this one doesn't want to stay on, probably because it's super thin. If you're new at applying decals, I would use kind of a thicker, more robust font. This one doesn't want to go on at all. Thin ones are usually a lot more fiddly. Although I've done this hundreds of times, so I should be super quick, but maybe it's the pressure of being on film. Oh, there we go. You can see that. And this little curved jar done. Dripping everywhere. Oops. And then the next one is probably the most complicated one. It's got kind of like square edges. So for this one, not only am I gonna cut right around the wording to make it easier, also gonna do some extra little cuts kind of where the, what do you call them, kind of the edges of those edges are, just to make it bend easier, I guess. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So just where that edge is, do a little slit. Just be careful you don't cut through the letters. It would be a disaster. Just kind of bend it on. You can usually feel whether it's going to bend well, but we'll see. See how it goes. Didn't bother putting water in this one because I'm not that bothered if it's straight or not. It's easier to make the cuts when the paper's on the back as well, then your scissors don't get stuck to it. Here we go. Try and line those cuts up again with the edges. Hopefully this will work. It seems to be. I'll actually probably put that on a little bit low, but that's okay. I'm just kind of showing the process for these tricky. If you don't have a Cricut scraper, by the way, like a store card or something flat and plastic does just as well. I used to use a store card for ages before I got one of the Cricut scrapers. I think you can get like non-branded scrapers as well, and it doesn't have to be Cricut. Anything flat will do the job. And there we go. These jars aren't my favourite because they're not the easiest to read, but I do think they're quite cute. Do like that. There we go. There's the 3 jars. Done. Easy as that. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please subscribe for more.